And we're here.
Ladies and
Go.
Dude,
Hurry up.
really? Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Power Hour. You know what time it is. It's your boy Steve Red, my co-host Stefan. And ladies and gentlemen, we have what might be considered a very intense night ahead of us. We have No Coast and the Tribunal all together. But before we start tonight, I'd like to this show is dedicated to Joseph Hudson, aka Josephus, aka question mark from the NWA. Josephus was someone I respected. We worked together during our time at Resistance Pro. Uh, so when I heard the news, I was quite devastated. I reached out to William Corgan, um, and he reached back. And the words he said, I won't repeat because I'm not going to cry on screen. But Josephus, you will be missed. You were awesome dude. Always treated me and mine with respect and love, and for that you will be deeply missed. There's too many of us leaving uh, or have left in 2020 and starting in 2021. So keep your loved ones, ladies and gentlemen, close to you, and tell people that you love them because tomorrow ain't promised to you.
Well, yes, that is indeed the case. So let's get started here because nobody knows how this is going to go because the heat got turned up a notch, as far as I'm concerned.
First of all, I think we should all say grace and pray the way he taught us to. So, if you don't mind, let's all bow our heads.
You for the power.
Our Father,
Okay.
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Man, can I pass the collection plate? That's what I'm saying.
You might need to, baby. You might. Well, see, I know you can afford it, but Stefano, he might
Yeah,
not be.
but that's what the collection plate is for. Maybe we could, get him some drip.
My first question is to No Coast. What the hell was that? Anybody?
You don't know what the Lord's.
Oh, I know what the Lord's Prayer is. I'm just wondering
You
why.
going to hell?
No, I that might be true, but Jace Thorne, it's interesting that that's the way. I've seen you fight. I've been following you now for a minute. I think that might be the first time I've heard you speak outside of, shall we say, some disturbing video footage. I'm interested where this is coming from and why it's on my show.
Your show?
It's his will.
It's his will. Paragon's will?
What kind of question is that?
Got to ask the tough question.
What kind of question is that? Next question.
Okay.
You don't know, baby. You don't know.
So
Messing up already.
It's the Power Hour, as C-Red said. And tonight it is No Coast versus the Tribunal. It is the match that you're all looking forward to seeing on June 12th at Grapple Masters. It is a return match. We have talked to both Joey and Brian in previous episodes. We have talked to Paragon also. This is our first time meeting Jace, and we're glad that you're all here. And because I keep getting called Stefan, I think it's only fair that before we get into this, I take a crack at properly introducing Paragon. So here we go. Hailing from Paisley Park, New Metropolis, he's the tantalizing torture artist, Mr. 23 positions, 1,000 submissions, the lady killer, the plain dealer, Mr. Big Drip Energy, Mr. Steal Your Girl, long drip style, all night, drive her wild, give her back to you and make you say thank you, call him Drip Flare, Hip Swayer, the player from the Himalayas, the apology of all he sees, the Fresh Prince of Magnificence, Mr. Smooth as Ice, Mr. Twice as Nice, Mr. Never Had a Bad Day in his whole damn life, mouth like Ali, dangerous like Tyson. If you allow the smooth taste to fool you, you'll get lost in the sauce and wish for something as sweet as pain. He is the vainglorious and the notorious Paragon.
You messed up so many times, Stefano.
Oh, that was verbatim, damn it.
The apology of all he sees or the apogee of all he sees?
I'm going to...
Hold on. Lady Killer Pain Dilla or Lady Killer Plain Dealer is what you said, baby.
I want you to go back. Oh, you set me up, you bastard. All right, moving right along. So Paragon, you called for this. You had something that you wanted to say to No Coast. No Coast minding their own business, making fans, making friends, beloved by everybody. They came on the show. They were exciting. They were electric. And you said, no. I want some one-on-one time. Here we are. What's on your mind?
Well, if you saw today's video, Paragon said it now, didn't he?
Y'all did more than say it. Y'all.
How you feeling there, No? How's your buddy? How's your buddy doing, No Coast? See,
you know how he's doing.
Somebody answer. Updates.
Update. No, you don't understand, C-Red. See, there was a line in the sand that I assumed was drawn. I held them to a higher standard, and they crossed a certain line. And I believe last week I preached that we weren't scared of anything, and now they're pulling at strings here. See, this is too far, Paragon, and I know this is just you, because you're the spiteful one.
No,
oh,
see,
you expect
so,
right?
So
you
this is what you
me.
did, baby. This is what you did. And Paragon warned you. You've been warned since before the October show. You got warned when Paragon came on here by himself, and you got warned afterwards. You were warned to watch your tongue and be respectful. And you kept playing games. You disrespected my brother here. You disrespected the big man. And the only reason the big man is not here today is because he figured that if there are going to be kids watching this, he didn't want them hearing it because his mama would wash his mouth out. And that's the only person on God's green earth that he's afraid of. See, you don't understand that you crossed the line when you, Shaggy, and Silent Bob took it upon yourself to call Jay Storm God's will Paragon's white twin. You disrespected us when you said that not only was Paragon the leader, but why does Paragon speak all the time? Why is Paragon out there? Maybe it's because the Tribunal isn't a tag team. We are a collective of 3 individuals, 3 kings made a triumvirate, came together and decided to take over the whole thing. And we don't need the crutch of our tag team partner to be able to stand on our own. Paragon, when he says something, he is speaking for his family here. When they say something, they are speaking for Paragon, Chris Moore, the whole family. Because when we say something, we mean it, we believe it, and we live it. And you want to say that we crossed the line? Baby, we told you what was going to happen when you disrespected us. And that was us seeing about your friend. The next time the wrong thing comes out your damn mouth, we're going to do more than see about your fan. We're going to come see your family. We're going to come see you.
Well, then in that case, Paragon, let me know what the wrong thing to say is so I can say it right now. You see, you crossed the line when you brought innocent people into this. You not only made yourself guilty when you brought the innocent into this, you made every single person that supports you guilty. So that gives us a whole basket to reach into to go after you now. You know, I preach that I am a kid from Chicago, and you're about to find out what that means. We don't need to represent our drip. We don't need to announce our drip, as you would so call it. We don't need a huge announcement before we enter the ring for people to know what we're bringing. But see, you're gonna bring something different to the table. So will we. We will match you in every way possible. You understand that? You say a prayer. You go ahead, because you're gonna need it more than we ever will.
Oh, but baby, he is saying a prayer, but he ain't saying it for us. He's saying it for you, just like he said that same prayer for your friend. Because at the end of the day, the things that we have planned, scratch that, the things that he has planned, if God himself does not come down here and stop him, it's not a matter of God whispering his ear and saying, no, my child. If God himself does not come down here and stop him, one of you is not leaving Chicagoland on your own free will. And the more you flap your gums, Jordan, it's going to be your fault and on your hands. Keep testing us, and you're going to keep finding out what we about. See, you got the fun side of the tribunal in October. That was us having fun until you kept running your mouth, until you kept playing games. You made us show you who we really are. We've always been this way, but John Bullard asked us, hey, these are some good kids. Go out there, have fun, do what you do, and be you. And we were being us, our fun-loving selves, like you like to fun love. But see, you play too much. And you played way too much, and now someone you cared about got played with. And if you keep on pushing that button, you don't got to worry about Paragon and his spitefulness, his pettiness, because you see, you look at Chris Moore and you say, oh, he's the size of a monster. And you hear me talking, you look at my mind, you look into the dark realm of Paragon's mind, you think, oh no, he's the monster. But when you see what he has in store for you after you disrespected my little brother, you're going to realize that not only are we all monsters, but he is what your nightmares have nightmares about.
See, that would mean so much more, Paragon, if it didn't feel so hypocritical. If it wasn't for your lips, if it was from his lips, I might believe it. But you ain't fooling anybody. You are nothing more than an act, and we are going to prove that. Can't you see that's what our videos have been symbolizing? We feel we should act up because that's what we're going against. We're going against an act, Paragon. And see, I don't know which act we're going against. I don't know if it's the one impersonating Eddie Murphy. I don't know if it's the post of positivity on Facebook, Paragon, or if it's the one I met in October. But either one of those Paragons, I am going to dismantle to the core until there's nothing left but your saving grace. And then hopefully you will see what you've done. You understand me?
You asked if this is an act, baby. Ask your friend, who I believe, are they still under the knife? Are they still getting worked on right now? Was it an act for them? Was it an act for them?
You want to be the one who spills blood first? That's fine. Spill blood first.
This is technically second. Because we did the first time. Guess what?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who spills blood first. It matters who spills more and who spills last. And that will be us. You understand me?
You know what, baby?
You ain't getting the same no coach you got before. Before, we were coming at it equal to what we thought you guys were bringing. And that was what we saw on Facebook. That's what we see on TikTok. That's who I thought we were getting in the ring with. But it wasn't. No, I'm getting in the ring with someone totally different. Totally different. And I don't like who I'm getting in the ring with now.
Well, gentlemen, let me hold on. Let me, because Joey, you have done a lot of talking, and all respect due Paragon, but I'm quite interested because I ain't heard a word out of the Mr. Bryan's mouth, and I'm just curious,
Because
So on June 12th, this is not going to be a match. Why it's not going to be a match? Because you angered me. You want a war?
Ooh.
This is going to be a war.
Thorn, your rebuttal.
I want you to hear this. So make sure you've got your volume all the way up.
Oh, hold on. Okay.
I have prayed for you and about you, No Coast, for months. About the terrible, vile things that I'm going to do to you on June the 12th. And never once did I feel any remorse. Never once have I felt any regret. And never once did his voice tell me no. So it must be his will. June 12th, when we leave you in a bloody pulp, just remember one thing. God doesn't make mistakes.
So let it be written. So let it be done.
So I have a question, and it kind of goes like this. I've been watching No Coast say what they say, and they do what they do. They have a little bit of fun. They offer up a little bit of comedy, and they make great matches. So that's one thing. At what point did it become okay to abduct a person, torture a person, to send a message to a tag team that you're at odds with? Because I'm thinking that maybe the good Lord's not at work here. Gonna have to kind of explain someone to us.
Steve, where you from? Where you from, Steve?
Suburbs.
Yeah, suburbs.
Hold on. I'm gonna talk to Steve right now. Steve, where you from?
I am from the suburbs, I guess.
No, where are you from, Steve?
Here.
Where the hell is here? This ain't semantics. Where are you from, Steve?
I am from Homewood, Illinois. Does that?
All right, Steve.
Close enough?
So where we come from, when someone plays with your name, you cut their tongue out. When somebody plays with your money, you cut their fingers off. And when somebody plays with your business, well, you make sure they lose a couple of days of their memory.
So where do you come from?
And when somebody, hey, it's not your turn. It's not your turn. You had your turn to ask a question. Now we gonna answer. So when someone has the audacity to commit all three of those sins, when someone has the audacity to disrespect your name, to play with your money, and to disrupt your business, you have to make an example out of it. And you know what? Maybe if No Coast showed this fire and this seriousness and stopped playing so many damn games back in October, before October, and to this point, then maybe this wouldn't have happened. But the problem is, you want to say you're from Chicago, you say you're from the streets, well then you should know street rules is you talk shit, you get hit. But see,
Then go ahead and hit me, Paragon.
We're from a different league of the streets. Because see, we didn't learn from thugs. We learned from gangsters. And they taught us that if somebody needs to be taught a lesson and you want to hurt them, yeah, a couple of cuts and bruises may put them down for a count. It may hurt their body. But if you want to break their heart and make sure they never play with your name, your business, and your money again, you go after the people they love and care about. And so, when did this become okay? It became okay when they decided they wanted to step into our world and they wanted to play games. When they decided that they wanted to step into the Tribunal's world and they wanted to do movie parodies and TV show parodies. They wanted to be characters. They wanted to make jokes of our names, turn it into songs. Y'all like movies, right? Paragon loves movies. Now, God's will over here just loves the good book, but there's a line from the good book that made it to one of Paragon's favorite movies. And the issue is, when you decide to disrespect my brother I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger. And at the end of the day, our fury is going to rain on you until you drown. Our anger is going to cause a cataclysm that will scorch the earth. And at the end of the day, every single thing that happens to you is your fault. And you know what? I feel bad for Brian, because Brian, this is not your fault. You are a pawn in Joey Blue's game. See, that's probably how it's always been. He realized that he could not do this on his own. And so he had to take his best friend, his childhood brother, and he had to make him a pawn in a game that now he can't win this war. And so guess what, Brian? Everything that happens to you is your brother's fault. And we want to apologize ahead of time because you don't understand the agony that we are going to bring upon your head. When Paragon says that if you allow the smooth taste to fool you, you'll get lost in the sauce and wish for something as sweet as pain, that is going to seem like a cakewalk compared to what he is going to do to you alone. It's all your fault, Joy Blue. It's all your fault.
So now we're going to give No Coast a chance to respond to kidnapping.
I just want to know what part of Chicago, because, you know, I'm just wondering.
Were you asleep at the?
Just saying, Joe Blue said they from Chicago.
He told you where they was from last time. What, did you sleep through the show?
Just saying.
Don't disrespect No Coast. That's not right.
I live in the hood. I'm just
We
saying.
We had a moment over Fat Johnny's last week, and this is how you're gonna do me, C Red, and that's
that's
fine.
Fat Johnny's. That's Fat Johnny's.
I said I used to live right around the block
is-
from Fat Johnny's.
Food is food, but
Used to live right around the corner from.
63rd and Hosted ain't where Fat Johnny's is.
I didn't say
Inglewood
that.
ain't where Fat Johnny's is. So when the tribunal talk, I understand.
So where exactly is Tribunal from then, C Red?
Trust me. They ain't
Where is
nowhere
Tribunal from, C Red?
They're from a whole different place than neither one of y'all are from. That neither one of y'all are prepared to go. Now, I'm just calling it like it is. I mean, you boys, and maybe that's the problem that I guess we're having here. Boys versus men. Maybe that's the issue. Grown men business. And there's just certain things you don't do. See, Steve, here's the problem. You've never, outside of your 2 or 3 times you've been in the ring? Okay. You've never had to get down with the get down. I understood what happened today. Done it maybe once or twice myself. Maybe there's footage out there. So I understand. Certain things you just don't do to certain people. See, everybody isn't the same. So see, Steve, I can talk about you all day long. Maybe it affects you, maybe it doesn't. Maybe I care, maybe I don't. But maybe if I talk about Paragon that way, same way I talk about you, I get hands put on me. You don't play with certain people. So when you try to make, what you did with somebody else, parodies and jokes.
This has nothing to do with that.
Hey.
You don't bring an innocent person into this. If you want to beat the holy hell out of me, June 12th is when you can do it. But that's me. I'm saying these things. See, where I come from, C Red, we get accountable. We get held accountable for our actions. What I'm doing, I know there's going to be repercussions against them. They're going to beat me. I understand that. I'm coming into that, prepared for that.
Talking about beating you. They're not talking about beating you. Did
They
you
can do whatever
not
they
watch?
please for me. But
Did you
unless
not
they
watch
put me,
today? This has gone beyond a beating.
if you think their video was bad today, wait a week.
Wait a
See,
week.
I'll quote a movie too, just like Paragon.
We gotta
You
wait a
put one
week.
of ours. You put one of ours in the hospital. We'll put one of yours in the morgue. You don't mess with no coast people. Your beef is against us and us alone. You understand that? Now, come on, Paragon. Obviously, that was addressed to you. Your time to shine. Come on.
You said that where you're from, that when you do something and you say something, you are held accountable. And maybe that's why you're so fired up right now, because you know that what happened today is your fault. You know that the reason that baby brother had to change his suit is because he got blood all over. You are accountable. And once again, you can hurt a man, but the art of war says hurt what a man cares about. You'll break him. We're not trying to fight you. We are trying to destroy you. It was a fight until you decided to not put respect on our name. It was a fight when you had the audacity to refer to myself as the leader. Now, Paragon may be the mouthpiece, but he is not the leader. Not one king rules over all three. And there are a lot of things that when Paragon has to see those pearly gates, he will be held accountable for. But while here on earth, they say the vengeance is the Lord's, well, he can have it back when I'm done with it. And I ain't done yet. And I'm going to continue to be living in your head rent free. I'm going to continue to come and visit some of your friends. And maybe this time I'll come visit some of your family until you put some respect on our name. Because see, this was just your friend. But you know what I'm thinking? We have a trip next weekend, don't we? Maybe we pay a visit to some of your family. And we'll see who's accountable then.
This is the part where we get all worked up, Paragon, where we say, don't touch our family. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Yeah, you ain't going to get that out of us.
It's already done.
Only one of y'all that getting worked up.
You see, because the way I see it, we've been controlling you guys the whole time. You see, we make fun of you guys and you guys react. Not the other way around. See, this is the first time we've actually had the honor to react to something you guys have done. And boy, you guys started off at a high bar. So I hope you guys still have enough left to finish the race. June 12th is a whole different ballgame for you guys. Bring your rosaries, bring your Santa Teria, bring all your hoodoo voodoo. It don't matter. You crossed the line. You drew first blood. We'll draw the most, and we will draw the last.
So let's shift gears slightly. Let's talk about I feel like I want to kind of go back to the October show, back at a time when you guys were just in-ring combatants and we hadn't gone into chapter 4 of the damn Godfather. There had to be a modicum of respect because the match was vivacious, it was vibrant, it was well done. It was a shame that somebody had to lose, but it felt like 4 athletes competing at a high level. I don't know what the hell is going on here, but how do you put all of this in the pot to cook it up and serve it on June 12th is my question. And that's a question to anybody. Now that there have been people abducted and things said.
Stop using that word, Stefano. It's incriminating, and we can come see about you too.
You can come see about me, but like I said, this is going to be broadcast all over the place. And
Yeah, but if we get to you before the broadcast happens, then what does that serve you?
yeah, okay. You don't know where I live, and that's neither here nor there.
Oh, we don't know where you live, but we
I
friends with
do.
C-Red.
I know where he live.
What you talking about?
I know where he live.
So how do you put all of this aside to have a match? Because if somebody kidnaps somebody that I love and beats the
I
crap
said this
out of them,
earlier. This is not going to be a match. They want a war, and they're going to get it. Only two people are walking out of the. Able to walk out of there. I can't even talk. I'm so angry.
I don't know how to conduct business when it's this personal. No Coast, what do you think?
I don't
Like I
think
said.
anything, man. I used to think I had a lot of respect for them. I said it in the ring in October. See, we may be throwing your name into our videos, but it's getting eyes on all of us. What we're doing is for the benefit of everybody, for the benefit of this match, to make it the spectacle it is. But you guys got greedy. Yeah. And now that's what this is. Is it a thirst for greed? Is it because we're putting out too many videos and you can't keep up? What is, I don't understand what made you guys take it to the level you guys took it to, because that is not who you guys broadcast yourselves to be until now.
He says we can't keep up, but he's still trying to get an inch when we're a mile ahead. He says this is because we're putting out too many videos, baby. What's that supposed to mean to us? Everywhere we go, we collect championships and checks. Our envelope is going to remain the same whether we put out one video or 37. So that makes no difference to us. When it comes down to brass tacks, we know that as an entertainer, maybe that's the thing. They're entertainers. They're entertainers who can wrestle their butts off, but they're entertainers. And as an entertainer, you want to put out your content that you think is going to get eyes on the product. And that's understandable. But there's levels to this, and there's rules to this. You say we crossed the line. We say you crossed the line, and then we drew a new line in the sand and said, your turn. You can be mad if you want to. You can flap your gums if you want to. At the end of the day, we'd much rather see this No Coast, this pissed off, fired up No Coast that realizes exactly what you're facing now, because that was the problem in October. You saw that Paragon loves to motivate people and make people laugh, because maybe Paragon doesn't like who he is when he goes to sleep at night after the things that he does to people. You saw that the big man over here tries to see the light because the voices in the darkness call him sometimes. And so you saw who we have to be in public versus who we are and have to be in private. And you're seeing it now. And so you're intimidated, you're scared, you're worried. And you're not worried for yourself because, like you said, you're that kid from Chicago who takes a beating and keeps on smiling. And Paragon respects that about you. But see, where we come from, we know how to make that smile go away. And you haven't shown a genuine smile since. This entire time, you've had nothing but malice in your heart. You want to hurt us, don't you, baby? Fear. That's fear. That's fear. That's anger. That's rage. That's determination. Consider the message sent. You didn't hear us in October, but you for damn sure heard us today, didn't you? And that smile is gone, ain't it, baby? I don't see no smiling. You know what I do see? I see a boy but trying to come a man before my eyes. I love it. Now let's see what that man does come June. Because, you know, June's Paragon History Month. So I can't wait to see what you do during Paragon History Month.
Well, that was very interesting. There's a lot to unpack there. Your giving them a little bit of credit. You're enjoying the fact that they are serious and angry and agitated now. And you're proud of yourselves for having stoked the fire. But here's where I have to disagree with not only Paragon, but also C-Red from earlier. You keep referring to No Coast as boys. And I think that's disrespectful. And I don't think it's true. I think they are men just as much as you are. And whether you're from one part of the streets of Chicago or the other part of the streets, you're still from the city. So I feel like there's a
Oh no. You, first of all, you will not disrespect me, because understand where I'm from. Have you, I mean, I guess you go to bed so early because the Geritol kick in and you got to go to sleep. Do you not see the news? Do you not see what's going on this side of town?
And also, let's let this be clear. Paragon's not even saying No Coast ain't from the streets. He might say they're from a different side of the street, but don't do that, baby, because that's even disrespectful to them. And though Paragon has kind of gone a little far, that's a different type of disrespect. Now being from the street, it's a whole different thing, because Inglewood, Illinois is different than Inglewood, California, which is different than the Boogie Down Bronx, which is even different from East Cleveland, is different from the dirty of Miami. So no, there's different levels to this game, baby. So watch your mouth.
You said it earlier, and that is what Steve is not comprehending. Unfortunately, Stefan, somewhere between this ear and this ear, this isn't working. Again, understand levels. And the funny part is he's seen it before. He's seen it. Before this even started, putting somebody's name out there. Really? I don't give a damn about her. She came on my post. So there's levels to this. And at some point, that's the problem with this generation. No respect. None.
You're saying that the problem with this generation is
listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth.
I heard what you said. You've been very clear tonight. And don't think that I don't hear this and won't remember it. You're talking about respect.
Remember it, write it down, take a picture, do what you got to do.
You're talking about respect, and you're talking about a lot of things here, and you're talking about a generation that doesn't have it. The only people that are showing a lack of respect are you.
First of all,
he thinks we don't respect No Coast.
I think you don't respect No Coast at all, and it pisses me off.
Oh, we scared. The commentator pissed off,
Give a
y'all.
shit if you're scared. But I think we should let No Coast speak.
Hold on.
No Coast are God's children just like the rest of us. But we just happen to be a little more blessed.
When you're the chosen, there's a whole lot of different things that come to you. It ain't a matter of us not respecting No Coast. It's us teaching them a lesson in respect. You think we don't respect them because of our actions, but trust and believe, have we once said that we didn't respect them? Did you ever hear a single tribunal member say the words, "I don't respect No Coast"?
I suppose I haven't.
Have you heard us call them Shaggy and Silent Bob?
Yes.
Have you heard us say that they are cheaper than Dollar General hand wraps?
That I didn't hear.
Oh, then you must not have been watching Chicagoland Championship Wrestling on Amazon Prime. But if you were, you would have heard us say it. But not once have we said the words, "We don't respect them." But if you have been listening and paying attention, Stephanie, you would have heard us say, yes, you done downgraded another notch because you done pissed me off. And trust and believe, when you piss me off, it means a lot more than when you're pissed off. We say that they have disrespected us, And now there's a lesson that needs to be learned and be made loud and clear because they obviously didn't learn it in October. But not once did we say we don't respect them. Honestly, this base they've been putting in their voice has actually had a newfound respect for Paragon, actually. What do you think, Big Boy? What you think? I agree. So, watch your mouth. If you have a question, ask the question, but don't insinuate. You ain't Michael Cole, all right? You are Stephanie. So do your job and ask the questions. When you ask the questions, they will be answered. But when you assume, you make an ass out of you and yourself, and I'm gonna kick you in.
Fair enough. I'll ask the question. To Brian and Joey, do you feel disrespected?
Us ourselves? That's a fine line. It's hard to tell. No, but the situation seems disrespected. The actions seem disrespectful. But the one thing I most certainly can't agree on, Steve, is that there is both mutual respect coming across both ways in this match. And that is what's making it so goddamn fiery.
Better watch your mouth.
Yeah, you watch your mouth now. Don't take the Lord's name in vain.
I know where I'm going, so I ain't scared to go there.
Sin is after all.
See, that's a good point you make. You see, no matter what, there's gonna be a perspective. See, from your supporters' perspective, you guys are the good in this story. What you guys are doing is the right thing. So that means whatever we do next, from our angle, no matter how devious, is going to be painted in a good light from our supporters. You see, that's who I care about. So, hey, I'm all for playing by your rules. Definitely if your rules are this way.
You talk about your supporters, baby, and how our supporters view us. Here's where our supporters are different. You go to your supporters' block party. We throw the block party. You go to the neighborhood cookout. We feed the neighborhood. While you are joining Community Watch, our community has no need for it because they know that when we're on the block and we walk the streets unarmed, nobody's coming. Our supporters support us because we put food in their mouths. We put clothes on their backs. We make sure they're taken care of. Your supporters support you because you entertain them. And didn't he refer to us as an act earlier? Who really is the act? Your supporters support you because they find you fun. They find you funny. They find you entertaining. I guarantee you that every time you post a video, they are right there watching. Our supporters may do the same thing, but they're also asking, hey, light bill is short this month. Hey, car's not working. Hey, daughter needs school books. That's why our name is so important to us. That's why we feel so disrespected, because you don't know us. And when we tried to help you understand in October, you kept playing games. But here's the thing, like you said, you might stoop to our level. And you might stoop to our level and your supporters may cheer you because they're thinking that their version of the good guys are getting their come up. They're finally about to win because one man's villain is another man's hero. But out of all the videos you posted, out of all the comments you made, it took one from us to get what we wanted from you. So this ain't a warning. This is a promise and a guarantee. If you try to stoop as low as we do, don't you think this was level 1 for us? Don't you think this was ground floor? You don't think we can't get dirtier? Because we've had to. You were raised in the streets. We were raised by the streets, and then we raised those streets to look a little bit better. And we look forward to dancing with you in June because this is what we wanted. We didn't want those two guys that were happy to be there, ready for a fight, and a little nervous. Nah, we want them guys that got all that fire in their belly. Those guys who know what they're fighting for now and also know what they're up against. But just remember this. Right now, you feel like Batman. But this is Godzilla. And ain't no contingency plan gonna stop this monster from ripping your head off and destroying your city.
Well, that was quite a euphemism. No Coast, do you have a response to that? From the Batman to Godzilla and beyond, I guess.
All I gotta say is, this is what you wanted. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it.
Did he just quote Pussycat Dolls at us? Did he just quote Pussycat? C-Red, did he just quote Pussycat Dolls at us?
Yes, sir. Yes, it did.
Disrespect. Disrespect.
Well,
Stephanie, say something stupid.
it seems that things are a little heated and a little frustrated in the heat of the battle here. That being said, June 12th is coming, and the distance between us and June 12th is closing quickly as we're on the road to Grapple Masters. And I think it's safe to say that a lot of people are going to be interested to see how this progresses as we get closer to June 12th. What will happen next? How far will this go? I feel like now there's a little anxiety, at least on my part, that things might get blown out of proportion and go to places that maybe it shouldn't. But you all are grown men and you will do what you do. The ultimate goal is being in the squared circle in June in Michigan City at Chicagoland Championship Wrestling's Grapple Masters. So let's skip the pretense and let's talk about that night. It's coming, and it's not going to be videos. It's not going to be abductions. It's not going to be posturing. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a tag team match for the ages, and you're going to see No Coast versus Tribunal. And it's going to be 2-on-2. It's going to be 1-on-1, and it might well be the match of the night with all this heat.
Stefano,
Yes.
Tribunal is always together. So though the match may be 2-on-2, he is more will be at ringside. Just so you know.
Well, that's good to know. Certainly, having people at ringside is certainly important and festive as always. And I'm sure No Coast, can round up somebody to be at ringside for them as well. But the point of the matter is, we have a match, and that match is coming. So let's start with No Coast. At this point, putting all of this nastiness aside, when you're thinking about your match on June 12th, where is your head at as far as how you're going to overcome the odds and get a victory, whereas you didn't get a victory back in October?
Simple. They don't want the happy-go-lucky guys anymore. That's fine. But they're not going to like who they get. They're not going to. We've been far, far, far worse opponents. We ain't scared of them. And now we're really angry. And we're going to be coming at them full throttle. This is what they wanted? All right, cool. That's perfect. Because we've been trying to get them to come at us full strength as well. And our videos piss them off. Can't deny it. I don't know why they think it's disrespectful. There's no disrespect behind it. The only reason it's disrespectful is because they define it as disrespectful.
Paragon, Jay Thorne, same question to you. Putting aside all of this, You guys are going to be in the ring with these two gentlemen on June 12th. What are your thoughts?
We've already told you exactly how this is going to end up. June 12th, page 1, chapter 1, verse 2. And it's the final verse. It will be covered in blood and vengeance. Joey Blue, I can sense the fear in you. When you talk, you're flustered, you're stumbling over your words. You are afraid. We will take advantage of that, and we will destroy you.
See, Red, you always have something to say. So what are your thoughts on the situation here?
What is there to say? I get it. I'm in the same situation now. So I understand what the tribunal is feeling. Again, I was told to keep people's names out my mouth. Mouse. I just didn't.
This coming from the guy who says the
Look.
Ark was in contendership for the tag team division. Okay.
Hey, Brian.
Joey Blues, don't even think about tag team titles. Don't.
Hey, Brian,
Just
What?
this whole time, you've been staying quiet. I know you said it's from anger and frustration, but your brother over here, he's loud. He's brash. Got a lot to say. And he might actually think he believes all the words that are coming out of his mouth. Let me ask you something. Do you believe in him?
Of
Because
course I
right
do.
now,
Of
every
course I
time
do.
he says something, you quiet. See, there's a difference between when he's quiet. Because when he says something, it means something. You're supposed to listen. But see, I've heard you talk. I've heard you talk on your own, and you got the gift of gab yourself, baby. But this is the quietest I've ever seen you.
Yeah, because the whole time I'm just imagining what I'm going to do to you when I get my hands on you.
You don't
You
even
don't
believe.
understand. You don't. You
You don't
really,
even believe
really
what
don't.
you're saying, baby. You don't believe what you're saying. You see, I know that Joey Blue is tough. And I know that you have heart. But unlike him, I know you're not stupid. And because I know you're not stupid, I see what's going on between them eyes of yours. You don't want your brother to think you doubt him. You don't want your brother to see that though he keeps talking that tough talk, that you got a little bit of worry in the back of your mind. It's all right, baby. Paragon sees it. But maybe if you wise your brother up, maybe he'll show some mercy. Scratch that, God shows mercy. He doesn't unless God wills it. But maybe Paragon will show some mercy. But tell the truth, son. Because I can see it in your eyes. And there's something going on up there, baby. Now, Joey Blue, he's delusional. Heart, many years of ass whoopings, and that tough exterior will do that to you. But you ain't stupid. And you ain't a fool.
I can't wait. I can't wait to get my hands on you guys.
I tried, C-Red. I tried.
I see it. And I would say have mercy, but like I said, I'm in a similar situation right now. So mercy is not given. Grace is not given. So maybe something will change between now and June with this situation with No Coast and Tribunal. I doubt it. I can't wait to see what's next. Honestly.
It's,
I mean,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, C.
just saying, again, sometimes, you gotta You got to go there. And some people don't believe you're going to go there. And you do. You know, like you said, Paragon, one person is doing all the talking. If you wasn't paying attention, they smoking a cigarette and putting it out. They can't even finish it. Then they drink it. They discombobulated. Man, did you rent space in that head? Just saying. You know, the other one is quiet. And I understand, you know, it's the quiet ones, you know, sometimes you need to be worried about, but I don't get that feeling this time. Now from Tribunal, I get it.
Well, that's great. Festive even. I'll applaud Paragon. Sun Tzu would be proud. So you could teach a class. That was as impressive as that was. Trying to play one against the other. It's sound logic in the art of war. So bravo to you, good sir. Well played.
Don't speak for Paragon. You don't know my mind and you don't know my heart.
Well, maybe I don't know your mind and I don't know your heart, but I know my opinion. I know this is my show. Sorry, Red.
You keep saying yo show.
Disrespect. No wonder he likes No Coast so much.
Well, I'll tell you this about No Coast. Here's why I feel for what's going on right now. Because, you know, you're not disrespecting him. You said, I never said I disrespect them. And you're dancing and you're bobbing and you're weaving. I have been a man that has been disrespected many times by many people. Some people, even on this show. But that doesn't make my ability, and doesn't make who I am and what I stand for any less valid. And No Coast, you got a lot of work to do. This is an uphill battle for you. But from what I've seen, I feel both of you, Brian and Joey. Joey Blues. Let me rephrase that. Let's add the S where it belongs so we can stop this whole disrespect thing. It's Joey Blues. I feel like you're up to the challenge, and I feel like on June 12th, this could be the match of the night. I feel like it's really something that's going to be pretty special. No Coast, final thoughts.
Yeah, it's going to be match of the night. It's Tribunal versus No Coast. This isn't just some match put together. This match has fire and gas behind it. It doesn't matter what part we are on that card. There's going to be nothing left of those fans for the rest of the show because they're giving it all for us. And whether they cheer us or them, don't make no difference. We're walking out on top. We ain't scared of anybody. There ain't no fear here, only understanding. And now we understand Paragon. We understand Paragon more than anything now. Explain yourself. That's what this whole episode of Power Hour was about. You guys explaining yourselves, us explaining ourselves. We are both more educated than we have ever been. This match is something to look forward to because it's once in a lifetime, isn't it, Paragon? Once in a lifetime.
Tribunal, put it in perspective and take it home.
Brother. I believe Brian, my favorite, said it earlier. This isn't going to be a fight. This isn't going to be a wrestling match. It's going to be a war. These two, they've had matches before. They've had tough matches before. They ain't never been to war. Y'all have had some hard-fought battles. Trust and believe, we watched tape long before we decided to make the switch to God's will from He is More. We were watching tape. We watched some of the hard battles y'all fought. Y'all ain't never been to war. I pray that you guys make it out on the other end. So that way you can understand that what we're doing to you, for you, it's out of love, baby. It's a lesson in respect. Because whether you think we don't like you is irrelevant. Whether you think we don't respect you, we've never said it. But Paragon himself, he loves you. And he has to love you because you're God's children. We hope that you make it out on the other end. Because what we have planned for you, the outcome doesn't look pretty. And Paragon knows pretty. Anything you want to say, baby?
Pray.
See, Red, put a bow on it for us.
Iron sharper as iron, baby. But this ain't gonna, you keep calling this a match. You know, you keep thinking, you know, entrance music, shaking folks' hands, and that ain't happening on June 12th. No, not happening. Not from these folks. Ain't gonna happen. Yeah, music is gonna be played. People gonna go straight to the ring, and it's gonna be a death match. That's the best way to put it. This ain't gonna be no headlock, takeover, drop. No. Now, I hope the same energy that Joey Blues has tonight in that bottle, I hope he brings to Michigan City. I hope Brian is actually up for this war. He's the one that called it a war, which we all know it will be. But is he up for it? Because trust me, I've been in war. It ain't pretty. Guts, blood, and nothing worse than seeing your own brother lying there and not moving. So at Grapple Masters, it won't come out right for somebody. But I'll keep my opinion to myself as far as who I think will be left laying. But don't be surprised if we have to call the EMTs. I won't be.
Thank you, C-Red. I asked you to put a bow on it, and you dug a grave for it. Very well done. June 12th, Grapple Master, Chicagoland Championship Wrestling. No Coast versus the Tribunal. You've seen tonight that this is not going to end well for anybody. But the fans in attendance and the people watching on Amazon Prime and on Fight TV will get one hell of an experience. Gentlemen, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time out for us tonight. Your talent and your opinions and your fire are appreciated by every wrestling fan that is going to watch this show. And that's just one more instance of disrespect that has made this the last episode that Paragon will ever be on.
Because, no, he won't. No, he won't.
Oh, yeah,
no,
yeah. Then that might be the last episode you're on, brother.
So, do I look like I'm worried about it?
For C-Red and the boys in No Coast and Paragon and Jace Thorne, I'm Steve Arendt, and we will see you next time on the Power Hour. Don't miss June 12th in Michigan City. You see how that's going to go. Good night, everybody.